Good evening. My name is Josh Booner, Assistant Dean for Student Affairs and Professor within the College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, and I'm the Master of Ceremonies for this evening's event. It's my distinct privilege to welcome you to our annual hooding ceremony, where we recognize the accomplishments of the class of 2021. This is truly a special day for Western Illinois University, the College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, and our Doctor of Occupational Therapy and Doctor of Pharmacy graduates. To get us started, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. John Pizzuto, Dean of the College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, to deliver his remarks.
In past times, I've had many opportunities to provide comments at commencements, and I truly look forward to this every year. As I watch the graduates cross the stage, I realize how much investment has gone into this simple walk, and my heart swells with emotion. I realize the graduates are not only just walking across the stage, but they're really walking to a new phase of their life, a new and exciting phase of their life. And sometimes my eyes actually fill with tears of pride and joy. So this year, of course, things are different. They're not different in terms of the pride and the joy and the emotion, but they're certainly different in terms of logistics. So in past times, I would often acknowledge the faculty. I would ask them to stand, receive a round of applause. And I think it's at this time that the students particularly realize how much the faculty has done for them over the years, and really appreciate the opportunity to acknowledge them. But really the greatest and the strongest applause would come when I had the opportunity to acknowledge the parents, significant others, loved ones, spouses, all of those who have had the opportunity to stand with you and by you throughout the years, and now they have the opportunity to celebrate in your success. It's those cheers that I really will miss the most. In a more traditional commencement, I would often quote some of the greatest minds of our time. For example, Martin Luther King, who said, "Intelligence plus character, that's the goal of true education." Or Benjamin Franklin, who said, "An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest." And I bet that's something your parents will like to hear. And a litany of other quotes. Be bold, be courageous, be your best. Wherever you go, go with your heart. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. We know what we are, but we do not know what we may be. And of course, you know all of these things, and probably you knew them all before you ever came here. If you'd like to hear more famous quotes, more inspirational speeches, and then I suggest that you go on YouTube, because there's hundreds or thousands of commencements going on, or hundreds and thousands of speakers giving profound philosophies. And basically, to be honest with you, if you change the name of the institution, probably a lot of it will apply to you as well. So today is a little bit different, and basically I would like to present to you a different type of key message. As you may know, during the course of my career, I had the opportunity and the privilege of serving at many different institutions, all throughout the country, different institutions with very different personalities. The one most reminiscent to me was my time at the University of Hawaii, where I served as the founding dean. One similarity between Hawaii and WNE is the fact that both programs are relatively new. The program in pharmacy and health sciences here, as in Hawaii, are relatively new. So starting a new program, I know, generates a very unique sense of pride and camaraderie. Everyone shares a vision, everyone works toward the same goal, at every level. Students, faculty, staff form a bond, and I can tell you from my own experience that bond does not exist at institutions that are hundreds of years old. It's very uncommon. In Hawaii, this is called the Ohana, which basically means the extended family. The other thing I found to be in common both here and at Hawaii is what's called aloha. When I first moved to Hawaii, some people would ask me from the mainland, what is this aloha business? Is it just for tourists? I said, no, certainly not. Aloha has great meaning. It can be used as a greeting, like hello, or when you leave someone, like goodbye, people may say aloha. But really, it's a spirit, and it's a spirit of love. It encompasses equanimity and respect, and a spirit and respect for all things. And although you may never have thought of it this way, really, it's the aloha spirit that exists here at WNE. It's a unique and it's a very positive force. So these two things, the aloha spirit and the ohana, make WNE different. If you remember only one thing from what I tell you today, I hope you will remember this. And that is, you are a member of the WNE Ohana, now and forever. I can tell you I've been at many commencements. If I can even remember who the speakers were, I can tell you I don't really remember what they said. But if you can remember one thing, I hope you remember this, and that is that you are a member of the WNE Ohana, now and forever. And as a member of the WNE Ohana, the family, you can count on us to stand with you, to stand by you, now and forever. If you need help passing a board, if you need help finding a job, if you need help in anything that life brings your way, we are here, and we are part of your Ohana, and we're here to help. And as time goes on, perhaps as proud alumni, you can help us as well as our college matures and really finds its niche in the realm of health profession. We're all members of the WNE Ohana. It's my pleasure to serve as dean of this college, and it's my honor to be able to personally offer my heartfelt congratulations. As you embark on your careers of doctors of pharmacy and of doctors of occupational therapy, you have all my best wishes for happiness and success. I know that you will go out and make the world a better place.
Hello, and I want to welcome everyone to this very, very special occasion. I want to congratulate all of our students in the College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. This is truly an exciting and unique time in your life to come today for this hooding ceremony. When we think about the significance of this day, the significance of this moment, it represents your hard work, your vigilance, and your diligence in the midst of a global pandemic. Now you're about to go out into the world and serve all humanity, to help people better their lives. When we think about the special occasion of the hooding ceremony, it began during the 12th century at many European universities, like the University of Paris, like at Oxford, and numerous others. And of course, during the 12th century, that was known as the medieval times, and medieval philosophers were all over the place. The father of medieval philosophy was none other than Augustine. Augustine very much believed in certainty and truth, and he believed in everyone having a strong moral fiber in terms of doing the right thing. I think that this hooding ceremony And that medieval philosophy of doing the right thing with certainty, to go out into the world and transform it and leave it better than the way you found it, is the significance of this moment. It is the significance of this day, and it is significant in terms of your next step in this journey. To each and every one of you, as golden bears, as you go out into the world, I want you to do it with certainty, with a sense of humanity and moral clarity, to leave the world better than the way you found it. As you go out into the field of health and serve others, touch people's lives mentally, physically, and spiritually. But most importantly, leave every person that you encounter better than the way you found them. This is an exciting time. I congratulate you, and let the journey continue. I now want to turn it over to Dean Spooner to continue this great program.
Thank you, President Johnson. We will now have two addresses from members of our class of 2021. Up first will be Samantha Jerry, who will be delivering the Occupational Therapy Student Address.
Okay. I would like to begin in what may seem as a non-traditional approach to a graduation speech. But for my faculty and peers, well, I know they understand and can relate to this type of approach because it is something we do regularly in our field. I'm going to start off this speech by defining what occupational therapy actually is, since I guarantee there are viewers out there watching this right now who may not be quite so sure what it is that we do. The American Occupational Therapy Association defines occupational therapy, or OT, as the only profession that helps people across the lifespan to do the things they want and need to do through the therapeutic use of daily activities or occupations. Occupational therapy practitioners enable people of all ages to live life to its fullest by helping them promote health and prevent or live better with injury, illness, or disability. Common occupational therapy interventions include helping children with disabilities to participate fully in school and social situations, helping people recover from injury to regain their skills, and providing supports for older adults experiencing physical and cognitive changes. Occupational therapy practitioners have a holistic perspective in which the focus is on adapting the environment and/or the task to fit the person, and the person is an integral part of the therapy team. It is an evidence-based practice that is deeply rooted in science. While that is the textbook definition of what we do, I found another description that was written by Katie Mary that I think encompasses our profession in a way people can truly relate. Picture a wall in front of you, as far to the left, as far to the right, and as high as you can see. In that wall, there is a door, and that door is locked. On the other side of that door is what makes your heart happy. Playing with your kids, sewing, taking your dog for a walk, taking care of yourself independently. It could be anything that makes you not feel so bad anymore. That's your occupation. Some people are born lucky and have their key and can walk through the door their whole life without a problem. Other people aren't as fortunate. They've either lost their key or never had it to begin with, and it's our job to get them through that door. And if we can't, we bust a hole and make a new one. You see, when we hear the term occupation, we often think of our jobs and careers. We neglect that occupation encompasses our favorite activities, such as game nights with family and hiking with friends, and activities of daily living, such as brushing our teeth or getting dressed in the morning. It is these occupations that make us, us. We create routines around them, they make up our roles, and they give our lives quality, whether we may know it or not. It isn't until those activities are disrupted that we realize the true value that they have in our lives. This past year has shown us just that for being just how vital our habits, roles, routines, and activities of daily living truly are to our well-being. While some individuals adventured outside, indulged in their hobbies, learned new skills, adopted a quarantine puppy, or just simply enjoyed their new normal, others weathered the storm quite differently. In a world where we stood at least 6 feet apart and locked down in our homes while fear, uncertainty, and waves of social injustices filled our news channels, a lot of individuals struggled to cope with their new environments, their new roles, and their new routines. And for some, the storm hit them and their families harder and left them forever changed. While this past year has been filled with a lot of change, both good and bad, it has highlighted just how critical our occupations are to our physical and social-emotional well-being. Furthermore, it has shown the world just how important occupational therapy is to healthcare, to our communities, to our patients and clients, and to our overall quality of life. 3 years ago, during orientation, Dean Spooner was reviewing the different policies and procedures that are put in place by the university and the College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. While he provided us with a plethora of instructions, warnings, and other guidance as we embarked on this brand new journey, he ultimately advised us that life will never stop being challenging. Now, I'm not sure that when he was speaking on that particular day 3 years ago that he had a global pandemic in mind, but nonetheless, his words rang true. These past 3 years for us have been full of professional and personal growth. The hardships that we all have faced have molded us into the practitioners that we will very soon be. While our time at Western New England is coming to a close and we pack up our bags to head out onto our next journey, I hope that you remember to wash your hands the second you enter and exit a patient's room. I hope that you remember your gait belt at all times. I hope that surgical precautions become easier to recall. I hope that your body ergonomics are flawless during your transfers. I hope that you will continue to recite the core values and standards from the Code of Ethics for years to come. And I hope that you will always use your therapeutic use of self day in and day out. But most importantly, I hope that you never lose sight of your goals. I hope that you remember that every worthwhile accomplishment, both big and small, goes through its phases of drudgery and triumph, a beginning, a struggle, and a victory. And I hope that you face life's difficulties and disappointments, as well as its pleasures and successes, with resiliency, confidence, and hope. Congratulations to the class of 2021. We did it.
Thank you, Samantha. Up next will be Olga Shutov, who will be delivering the pharmacy student address.
I would like to begin by extending a warm virtual welcome to all of my classmates, faculty, and our families and friends. While this may not be the graduation we all had originally envisioned, the most important part is that we made it to the finish line of our education. All of us will now proudly carry the title of Doctor of Pharmacy after our names. I want you all to accompany me on a trip down memory lane. Let's take it back to interview day. We arrived to school feeling jittery, excited, and unsure what questions would be asked. We inevitably caught ourselves thinking, why do I want to be a pharmacist? Flash forward to that letter arriving in the mail that welcomed us to join the pharmacy class of 2021, where our journey first began. We arrived for the first day of classes, some of us earlier than others, and picked our seats. These seats were not just where we sat and listened to lectures, but also where we developed lifelong friendships. Shout out to my third row, Emily, Anna, Megan, Kate, and Billy. That first year really taught us to adapt to our new environment as graduate students. We quickly learned the best places to buy coffee, which classrooms in CSP had the largest whiteboards, and most importantly, we learned to support each other and to help each other succeed. Thank you, Nicole and Kate, for being our go-to classmates for study guides. We appreciate you. Our second and third year flew by. We began our IPCs and attended 5-hour lectures. We spent our weekends learning antiarrhythmics and memorized all of the classes of cephalosporins. We learned common symptoms, SIPs, side effects, and so much more. Most days it felt like information overload, and we all could not wait for graduation day to arrive. March 2020 rolled around, and we were all sent home without getting to say a proper goodbye. Against all odds, we successfully finished the spring semester by listening to online lectures, taking video-recorded exams, and staying in contact with each other through virtual means. On behalf of the class of 2021, a special thank you to the College of Pharmacy for making sure we finished our semester and started our API rotations on time. During these unprecedented times, the whole team rolled with the punches and made sure everything was being done so that we could still be successful. Clinical rotations started in May, and we were finally able to put our knowledge into practice. Our days consisted of completing SOAP notes, journal clubs, topic discussions, patient presentations, and more. We presented our medication recommendations to physicians for the first time, counseled patients on how to use their inhalers, monitored vancomycin trough concentrations, and educated patients regarding the diabetes medications. We truly pushed ourselves to transition from student to pharmacist, and here we are today, 4 years later, graduating and ready to go out and make the world a better place with our skill set, talents, and our compassion for others. Class of 2021, although we have worked hard, we have many to thank who have helped us succeed throughout our pharmacy school journey. To our moms and dads, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for sending care packages to school, encouraging us after a bad exam, helping financially, and motivating us to be better each and every day. We could not have done it without you. To our faculty, thank you for being you. All of you, with your unique teaching styles, experiences, and advice, have shaped us into the pharmacists that we are today. Thank you, Doctors Madison and Capacia, for drilling self-care into our brains. I don't think I will ever forget the pediatric dosing range for Tylenol and ibuprofen, even if I tried. Dr. Bose, thank you for your acronyms, your sarcasm, and your hard exams. Although I have never to this day needed to know any one of the 10 biochemical pathways that you made us memorize, we are all better and smarter pharmacists thanks to your thorough lectures. Dr. Baker, thank you for teaching us ethics, law, communications, and many life lessons on top of that. If any regulatory body ever comes into my community pharmacy and finds anything fishy, I know to shut my mouth, take notes on our conversation, and then I'll call a lawyer immediately after. Thank you, Dr. Sabetti, for instilling humor, kindness, and valuable information into each one of your lectures. We will always remember the songs and dancing before class, the Cahoots, and all of the hard work you put into grading our mock NAPLEX exams. Thank you, Dean Spooner. Your official title is Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, which basically translated to the dean who knows everything that's going on in everybody's lives at all times and keeps the school running. You memorized everyone's name by the first few days of orientation. You sent happy birthday emails to every student over the years. You wrote scholarship, work, and residency letters of recommendation, and you were always there to offer advice and assistance to anyone who walked through your door. By the way, your original prediction that half of our class would be married to each other was way off. 4 years later, and we are still keeping each other in the friend zone. To my classmates, it has been a pleasure spending the last 4 years with all of you, and I truly believe that every single one of you played an important role in making our collective pharmacy experience truly memorable. I was able to personally witness not only the incredible academic accomplishments, but also the compassion and empathy you display to those around you. I have no doubt that all of you will have amazing careers and accomplish great things in the future. I would like to conclude with the following quote from author George Saunders. Do all the other things, the ambitious things. Travel, get rich, get famous, innovate, lead, fall in love, make and lose fortunes. But as you do, to the extent that you can, err in the direction of kindness. Congratulations, class of 2021. We did it.
Thank you, Olga. It is now time to recognize our graduating students with our Senior Student Awards. These awards recognize excellence within our college's student organizations and our academic programs. The American Institute of the History of Pharmacy Student Recognition Program, as conducted by the faculty advisors of the college's Alpha Chapter of the AIHP Student Association, recognizes pharmacy graduates each year who have exhibited superior achievement in pharmacohistorical study or research or other historical activities. This year's recipient is Hamid Bello. The Massachusetts Pharmacists Association Senior Achievement Award recognizes a student member who plans on practicing and residing in Massachusetts following graduation and has demonstrated a sustained commitment to voluntary service related to the practice of pharmacy for the benefit of the wider community. This year's recipient is Shannon Bailey. The American Pharmacists Association Academy of Student Pharmacists Senior Recognition Award recognizes the graduating member who has made the greatest contribution to each Academy of Student Pharmacists chapter. This year's recipient is Lauren Bertacci. The Student Societies of Health Systems Pharmacy Excellent in Service Award recognizes one or more graduating members who have shown exceptional dedication to the mission and vision of the society, as well as dedication to the clinical practice of pharmacy. This year's recipient is Marie Noel Bate-Bailly. The Phi Delta Chi Distinguished Brother and Leadership Award recognizes a graduating brother of the Gamma Tau chapter who is in good standing and has demonstrated commitment to the mission, vision, and values of Phi Delta Chi. This year's recipient is Joseph Rubilar. The Lambda Kappa Sigma Ethel J. Heath Scholarship Key is awarded for outstanding scholarship to each graduating collegiate member in good standing who has attained a cumulative scholastic rank in the top 10% of their graduating class. This year's recipient is Olga Shutov. The Occupational Therapy Program Excellence in Fieldwork Award is given annually to a final year student who has consistently demonstrated excellence in compassion, professional growth, resilience, and dedication throughout all Level 2 fieldwork experiences. This year's recipient is Kelsey Fitzhugh. The Student National Pharmaceutical Association Senior Recognition Award honors a graduating member who has made significant contributions to the university's chapter of the Student National Pharmaceutical Association. This year's recipient is Ashbook Kasim. The Walters Kluwer Award of Excellence in Clinical Communication recognizes a graduate in the top 25% of his or her class who has demonstrated superior verbal and written communication skills. This year's recipient is Caitlin Armstrong. The Viatris Excellence in Pharmacy Award recognizes a graduate in the top 25% of his or her class who demonstrates high professional motivation and a unique ability to communicate drug information. This year's recipient is Marie Noel Bate-Bailly. The Coalition of Occupational Therapy Advocates for Diversity Award honors a graduating member to recognize innovation, leadership, and advocacy related to occupational therapy students' impact on diversity, equity, and inclusion. This year's recipients are Alyssa Stefanik and Shannon O'Neill. The Clinical Pharmacy Challenge Certificate recognizes the student team from Western New England University, College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, that represented their program at the annual American College of Clinical Pharmacy Challenge. This year's recipients are Caitlin Armstrong and Bethany Brown. The Academic Pharmacist Society Recognition Award honors a graduating member who is in good standing and has made a significant contribution to the group based on their mission while improving their knowledge and skills towards entering academia. This year's recipient is Megan Pantos. Congratulations to all of our award recipients. I now invite Dr. Melissa Madison, Executive Director of Professional Affairs, to present 3 Faculty Preceptor of the Year awards.
The Preceptor of the Year awards are annual awards given to preceptors for the Doctor of Pharmacy Experiential Program. These preceptors have worked with our College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences students during the advanced pharmacy practice experiences in their 4th professional year and exemplify the best in professional mentoring and experiential teaching skills, as determined by students and the Office of Experiential Affairs. Each year, our office looks forward to presenting these 3 awards, including a Community AmCare Elective Preceptor of the Year Award, an Acute Care Institutional Preceptor of the Year Award, and a Faculty Preceptor of the Year Award. It is my pleasure to announce the winners of this year's Preceptor of the Year Awards. Michael Gresh from Pioneer Health Compounding Pharmacy for the Community AmCare Preceptor of the Year Award. Emily Marshall from Berkshire Medical Center for the Acute Care Institutional Preceptor of the Year Award, and Dr. Cam Capaccia for the Faculty Award. Thank you to all preceptors for mentoring our students, being wonderful examples in our community. We thank you very much.
The hooding ceremony celebrates the completion of the Doctor of Occupational Therapy and Doctor of Pharmacy degree programs. The hood, an essential component of academic regalia, will be formally presented to the graduating students. Occupational therapy students will receive their hoods from their doctoral experiential advisors. Pharmacy students will receive their hoods from their academic faculty advisor. The hood is placed over the student's gown, symbolizing their completion of the program. The placement of the hood precedes the final step of the graduation process, which is the formal conferral of the Doctor of Occupational Therapy and Doctor of Pharmacy degrees by the Dean and the President of Western New England University. That event will occur tomorrow. Let's begin. First, our candidates for the Doctor of Occupational Therapy degree. Alexa Lorianne Adams. Courtney E. Ahrens. Taylor M. Banish. Olivia Grace Burness. Danielle Jean Bissett. Emily Bissonette. Daniel Joseph Bonarigo. Cassandra J. Calciati. Amy R. Calverley. Cassandra Lee Caruso. Morgan Kira Casalbuono. Brooke J. Ellis. Amanda Kelsey Fitzhugh. Maccabee Gabai. Casey Grace Gifford. Molly J. Houston. Samantha Mary Joffrey. Samantha Nicole Jerry. Allison Lynn Johnson. Victoria K. Johnston. Jeffrey Joy. Sarah Elizabeth Kelly. Kaylee Patricia Kennedy. Aaron S. Lubogo. Shannon Michelle O'Neill. Samantha Ann Pagano. Kim Fu. Maura Elizabeth Pitluck. Kirthi Rajput. Shelby Taylor Spears. Alyssa Paige Stefanik. Carol Dominique Tenio. Danielle Marie Whitman. Up next, our candidates for the Doctor of Pharmacy degree. Justin M. Adamczyk. Caitlin Jane Armstrong. Shannon Lynn Bailey. Marie Noelle Bate Bailly. Hamid O. Bello. Lauren Ann Bertacci. Brittany Nicole Brennan. Gwendolyn P. Branes. Bethany S. Brown. Danielle V. Brown. Katie J. Burke. Emily K. Castle. William Chan. Zhenseng Chen. Gianna M. Comperone. Louder M. Cruz Matos. Megan Lee Diaz. Jared Adam Drown. Pearl Ruth Eben. Emily Fedor. Alexander S. Fletcher. Anna A. Fontaine. Vanessa Nana Ama Frempong. Victoria Lee Frenier. Taylor Elise Gonzalves. Wilson Wong. Mary Catherine E. Heighton. Benjamin P. Horton. Ashbook M. Kasim. Alan J. Keeley. Justin Eric LaChance. Sarah Ray Lander. Alicia Shirley Len. Taylor N. Loveling. Mary Machado. Neve M. Mancini. Patrick J. Manfredi. Natalie M. Melanson. Elizabeth E. Melnicki. Serena N. Matali. Rachel T. Nentwick. Oyindamola Olajide. Nicole M. Andrush. Kara E. O'Toole. Thomas F. Padravita. Megan Marie Acaterini Pontos. Mallory A. Paskowitz. Stephen James Perzanowski. Francesca R. Pacone. Neil V. Riley. James R. Ridenauer. Diana Alyssa Rodriguez. Joseph A. Rubelar. Alicia Salazar. Miranda E. Santoro. Olga Shutov. Ridge J. Sulky. Emma Rose Thomas. Christina A. Verbetsky. Michaela M. Vazina. Kaylin R. Waja. At this time, I'd like to invite Samantha Pagano to lead the occupational therapy class in the recitation of the Occupational Therapy Oath.
Good evening. Class of 2021, please read the Occupational Therapy Oath in unison with me. The oath will appear on the bottom of your screen. I also welcome any occupational therapists in the audience, including my faculty colleagues, to join me in reading the oath. In the belief that all human beings are unique and have potentials to be realized, I pledge myself to the conscientious and judicial practice of my profession. I will promote diversity, equity, and inclusion, and I will work to raise awareness of the occupational needs of diverse persons in underserved communities and populations. I solemnly declare that I will revere that which I learn of the lives of my clients, and I will dedicate myself to be an active advocate for each person's right to live a full, autonomous, and meaningful life. Seeking to serve and being cognizant of the need to maintain my competence, I will strive to continue my professional growth through lifelong learning. As I endeavor to make my professional work successful, I will strive for greater knowledge, skill, understanding, and compassion in the discharge of my duties, and I will provide the leadership necessary to advance the practice of occupational therapy. It is with dignity and pride that I join my occupational therapy colleagues across the nation and the world, and pledge to uphold the integrity of our profession for the greater good of those to whom we serve. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Up next, I'd like to invite Marie Noelle Bate-Bailly to lead the pharmacy class in the recitation of the Oath of the Pharmacist.
Good evening. The Oath of the Pharmacist was adopted by the American Association of Colleges of Pharmacy House of Delegates in July 2007 and has been approved by the American Pharmacists Association. Class of 2021, please read the oath in unison with me. The oath will appear on the bottom of your screen. I also invite faculty and any pharmacist watching at home to join me. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfillment to this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept a long life obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I will take these vows voluntarily with a full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you, Marie Noel. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Beth Welch, Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, to deliver the charge to the class of 2021.
Good afternoon. Welcome, class of 2021, as you begin your professional journey within your disciplines. Many of you found the journey to this point in your career a difficult one, with perhaps some challenges. 4 years ago, I shared the story of the butterfly with our pharmacy students, and more recently with our occupational therapy students. This story spoke about the need for hard work for the butterfly to develop strong wings. It stated that strong wings are developed through hard work. As a college, our gift to you is your wings, but it is you who will fly. Today, your wings are strong, primarily due to your hard work, along with the support of the faculty, friends, and family. However, your wings will not remain strong without continued attention. There are key elements needed for them to remain strong. First, do not stop learning and do not allow yourself to believe that you know enough, even after passing your licensing exams. It has been said that the more we know that the less we know. Knowledge is a never-ending journey. A professional prides him or herself in an excellent knowledge base. Without this, your patients and clients will suffer. Do not let them down. Second, always try to do more than what is expected. This means doing your best and doing your best just for the sake of it, not because you are seeking an award. Your rewards this far have been a good test grade, perhaps an honor, a letter grade, or an award. Let your reward going forward be a smile from a patient or a client, a thank you from a caregiver, a word of support from a colleague, or just a sense of pride in yourself. Many times the reward will not be evident, but it is there. Believe me, do not be content with doing just the minimum. Third, take pride in your profession and your roots. Go back to them. Give back to them. Join and stay active in professional organizations. Volunteer in your community. Return to the College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences and precept new students. Lastly, on a personal note, take time to enjoy life. Dance a little, laugh a lot, and love even more. Life goes by quickly. Look how fast the last 3 to 4 years has went by. In closing, remember your diploma will identify you as a pharmacist or as an occupational therapist and a professional, but it is what comes from here, here, and here that will define the type of professional and person you are. It is your turn to fly. Keep your wings strong.
Thank you, Dean Welch. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings our event this evening to a close. Once again, on behalf of the College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, I offer my sincere congratulations to our Doctor of Occupational Therapy and Doctor of Pharmacy classes of 2021. I invite you all to watch the Western New England University graduate commencement ceremony premiering on Sunday, May 16th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Take care and have a lovely evening.